Hi, my name is Wilman Ziada, and I'm a New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and I'm also a proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am so excited to be speaking with the acclaimed singer, songwriter, and recording voiceover artist, Chelsea DiBLASI. For more on Chelsea, you can read more about her right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the amazing talent of Chelsea.
Hey love, it's me. I just want to let you know that I think you're the love of my life. You know what? I don't think. I know for a fact that you're the love of my life.
Now you're unsure about me. Think you could be better off without me. You'll see while you're unsure about.
Well, hello, Chelsea. How are you?
I'm so great, Will. How are you?
I'm doing well, and it is so nice to meet you, and I'm so happy that the audience just got a little sneak peek of the promo video for your original tune, Unsure, that was released back in February. I want to know how did that idea of writing that song come about?
Oof. Okay, so this song was the result of a very unexpected and painful breakup. Something that was said to me in the end was, I've just been so unsure about you. And that word stuck with me. So, music is healing. I was like, I'm gonna write a song. This is gonna be my therapy. And the word unsure just represents all of the empty promises and broken words that lead so many to a heartbreak in the end. So I just wanted this to be a song that people scream at the top of their lungs when they're hurting and, just let their tears out, because at the end of the day, no one wants to be with someone who's unsure. So this is for those people that went through the same situation as me.
Well, look at Chelsea. I mean, not only can a lot of people relate, what a beautiful opportunity, even for those who may not be able to relate, to release, right? Especially in a time when all of us have obviously just been through a trauma, and any opportunity where you have artists like yourselves who are able to dig deep within their vulnerabilities, to help heal others. It's a beautiful gift.
Yeah, I mean, it was the best therapy in the world, and I'm so happy with the way that it turned out. So I had a lot of people that actually reached out to me. They were like, "I'm so happy that you put out this song. It is so relatable. I literally just went through this a year ago, and this is the song that I needed." So it
I love
definitely,
it. Isn't that the best?
it was the best feeling in the world. I'm like, okay, my job is done.
Well, listen, I want to start from the beginning with you because you have been doing this for a very long time. You are so incredibly accomplished. But Chelsea, I want to know where you grew up and when you knew you had this special knack and talent.
Well, I am from Los Angeles, born and raised. I come from a very musical, creative family. My mom was an ice skater in the Escapades. She modeled. My dad is a studio musician. He's a guitar player, producer. My grandpa was also a studio musician. He played accordion like on all the huge Pixar movies and Disney movies, like the da 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 in The Godfather. That's my grandpa. So I literally was surrounded by music and creativity my whole life. So when I was probably about 3 years old, my dad always tells me this story. But him and my grandpa were just having a little jam session in the living room. They were playing jazz. And I just started kind of scatting to it at 3 years old. And my dad was like, whoa, she can sing. So I
Wait, you
started
were
doing.
scatting before even knowing what scatting was. It was just something that came out of you viscerally.
It was just a cute little doodah moment that I just started doing because we
Oh my
always
gosh.
listen to music, all kinds of music. So my dad was like, okay, she's going to be the singer in the family. She's the musician. So I always recorded demos with my dad, like cute little child songs. And then one day my dad had a session and I was always in the recording studio with him because I just loved it. And this woman, I was talking with her and I was like, hi, my name's Chelsea. I like to sing too. And she was like, oh, well, do you have anything that I can hear? And my dad was like, yeah, pulls it up, plays it for her. And she was impressed because she asked my dad, like, hey, I know that this is kind of a long shot, but there's this new movie coming out called Pirates of the Caribbean, and they're looking for a child voice to sing the Yo Ho Yo Ho Pirate's Life for Me. Like, you should bring her on by. They've auditioned a lot of girls in London and LA, and they just haven't found voice. So it was really cool because I got to skip school and I got to eat waffles when I got there, and I tried it out, and they were like, she's the voice. So
Wait, oh my gosh. My twin brother and I, that was our favorite ride growing up in Disney
I
World.
know.
And the fact that you are literally the voice now of this next generation, and when they hear that song, that's your voice. It's
It
your voice. That's
it was
amazing.
it was really cool. I was at Disneyland one time watching the World of Color show at California Adventure, and
Right.
I had never seen it before. And all of a sudden, there's a clip from Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp, and my voice was echoing throughout the park, and I didn't even know. And I was like, "Whoa, that's me!" It's just so crazy.
So let's just think, I want to go to 30,000 feet for a moment. So your grandfather is literally the voice of a generation through his accordion of that famous Godfather tune. When my father finds out about that, he's gonna harass you and ask you everything and anything because he is obsessed with the Godfather. But two, you are literally the voice of a generation in terms of that familiar, amazing tune. I mean, I love it.
I mean, I still can't believe it. I got incredibly lucky, and just that I got to meet this woman and she set it up, but that kind of launched my voiceover career after that. So I got to sing on a bunch of really cool Disney movies, and I got to work on the Random Access Memories album with Daft Punk, and I worked with John Legend, and it just, that moment
It
absolutely,
opened the door.
it opened the door, and it's so fun.
But I have to also, I want to affirm for you, though, I'm sure it's been told to you, that this is something that's been in your bone marrow since birth. But it's not only a talent that you have, but let's talk about the hard work that you put into your craft. You didn't just take it for granted. If you don't mind talking a little bit about, before these big breaks came, especially the one with, especially obviously the Pirates of the Caribbean, the education part and the work that you put into your craft.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, ever since my dad really could find out that I could sing, I started doing voice lessons with a wonderful, wonderful woman named Sydney Davis. I still study with her. I definitely studied with other people along the way, but she's my ride or die.
Uh-huh.
So I definitely studied a lot with her. I was, in musicals in school, which also required a lot of like singing training. And that eventually, in college, I also was in the theater program with a music minor, and also a lot of, singing classes, piano lessons. So it definitely was a lot of hard work, and I'm still working on it to this day. But yeah, lots and lots and lots of singing runs and exercises all day.
But see, that's amazing. And also something that I think the kids watching should realize, right? Because in this world today where everyone wants to kind of be at times a star fast, that, people only see the tip of the iceberg. They only see the success in the red carpets, but they don't see the hard work it takes to get there. And you obviously set yourself up for success and continue to do so. I want to know, so obviously you have this amazing voiceover career. I'm curious to know during quarantine how that either affected you, and were you still able to do what you needed to do in terms of keeping up specifically your voiceover career?
Yeah. Well, voiceovers have been really hard this past year with COVID. And actually, funny, my breakup was during COVID, dumpster fire of a year. But because of that moment, I actually was able to write an album's worth of songs during this time that I just had to really focus and hone in on what I wanted with my life. And actually, I have co-written all those songs with my very dear friend, Julia Appleton, and she has been such a huge part in where I am today with my music. She actually co-wrote the song Unsure with me, which we, again, wrote during quarantine and released it. And yeah, I also have really had the time to just practice a lot more and I've done a lot of co-writing with people from Europe specifically. I actually, in 2019, in September, I was invited to go to a songwriting camp in Sweden. And they chose 19 people, 19 or 18 people from around the world who were either producers, singers, songwriters. And we all came together on this tiny little island in Sweden. I've never been to Europe. And we all came together and wrote a song every single day.
Oh my gosh,
So it was
that's
so
amazing.
amazing. It was so cool. But I definitely kept in touch with all those people that I met. And so we were doing Zoom sessions constantly over quarantine and writing bangers. So so yeah, it was actually a very productive and amazing year, despite everything that was not so great for everyone else in the world. But yes, I'm very lucky to have had that time.
That's amazing. And, it makes me think about two things that you mentioned. One, the writing retreat that you went on in Sweden, and then also how you were able to, expand upon that because of technology, but also the amazing Julia Appleton, in
Oh,
how I got to know you, and I met Julia through a friend of a friend. But at the end of the day, too, speaking about FENIX, this, new social media platform whose goal is to not only connect artists with fans, but also artists with other artists. I mean, I wouldn't have known you if I wasn't a part of FENIX, because through Julia, she was mentioning you, and I was like, oh my God, I want to interview her, and I want to learn more. And I think about, that retreat that you went on, and, I kind of look at like what this platform is going to be for artists. It's kind of
yeah.
like a self-contained retreat where people who log on and are a part of the community, it's already supportive. And I'm excited that you've already had the opportunity to collaborate with people from overseas. And, speaking a little bit about that, I want to know, because for a lot of people coming on board FENIX, they have never done that, what that's like for you as an artist.
To collaborate with other artists and ooh,
Overseas, yeah, like maybe even sometimes outside of, maybe a genre that you didn't think that you would be into, but maybe you formed a love of it.
yeah. Well, it's funny because I used to be deathly afraid of co-writing, like terrified. So I have only written my own music alone until maybe a couple years ago. And when I was invited to go to this camp, I was thinking to myself, I was getting in my head like, oh no, like what if people hate my ideas? What if they don't like my voice? Blah, 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 blah. I was absolutely terrified. And then I got there and it was absolute magic. It was just very cool because yeah, I definitely had the opportunity to write for different genres that I'm not really used to writing for. Um, like a lot of dance music and even country. So it was different, but it was such an amazing way to like kind of get a taste of what it would be like as a professional songwriter. So yeah, it's actually really cool because I wrote with this one artist from South Africa. It's kind of like a country pop song, but she's going to be releasing that in a couple months, and like it was magic in the studio. We were just bouncing back and forth. We were having dance parties. So yeah, I strongly recommend co-writing as much as you can. It's such a special way to just, like I said, get a taste of everything. And also you develop these relationships with people that you will probably have for the rest of your life. So
That's right. And I mean, God bless, we need connection now more than ever, but also from a collaboration standpoint, as a musician and artist, what a beautiful opportunity you gave yourself to
oh
step
yeah.
outside your comfort zone. But you get it, when you step outside your comfort zone and sometimes jump into the pool and not knowing how deep it is, that's when you actually get to not only sharpen the tools in your tool belt, but put more tools in the tool belt.
Yeah. Yeah. It was the most incredible experience I think I've ever had. Like I will never forget that. And like I said, I just have so many new relationships with incredible people that I'll probably have for the rest of my life. Um,
That's
so
amazing, Chelsea. Well, Chelsea, you are incredible, and I'm so grateful for your time today. And I can't wait to one day collaborate with you as a director and a creator myself. I've told this to Julia already, and I'm going to tell you, there's a theatricality in the songs you write, and I would love to see how we can collaborate one day.
I would absolutely love that, Will. I'm here for it.
Well, I love your energy. You are amazing talent as well. And thank you so much for speaking with me today.
Thank you, Will. You are awesome.
You are. Bye.
Digital age, artists and bands struggle to make a living. In fact, only a small number of artists can live off their craft. For the 98% of artists that don't have the luxury of being signed to a label, it's tough. But artists deserve to live off their art. Wherever you are around the world, appreciation of music does not change. FENIX brings bands and their fans together, whilst allowing bands to properly monetize their passion. The FENIX app will directly connect bands and fans with no need for middlemen. We're utilizing the blockchain to give the power back to the artist once and for all. Join FENIX, join the change.